broadcasting. Apparently, the internet shat itself, or YouTube did. I'm not sure which one. I'm going to blame AT&T. AT&T is usually at fault here. I'm not paying y'all $500 a month for again, AT&T. Okay, that seems to be working. Filling the hotels with money, or, money, whatever. Damn, it's chaos. The chaos over there. Okay, hopefully the internet doesn't quit in the middle of talking here. If y'all didn't see, this is part 2 of this thing. Part 1 was earlier. You can go watch that. If y'all are live, of course, y'all are with me the whole time. Um, so we're on to the next 2 lines of the characters who are originally from the Sixth Island. Are we still there? Yes. The next one is Ronin. Ronin's. Oh goodness, what just happened? It just lost my place. I wonder if my interactions with this website is causing disturbances in the shitty thing that's called AT&T. Because it seems like I'm having a really tough time getting this thing to load. Normally, if it was YouTube on my phone having trouble, I would get around to changing out the VPN area, but it's just this website. It's taking a minute. So Ronin is samurai-like character. He had sort of the Beatles design. I don't remember exactly where he's from. He is a Battle Pass member, so it was available from the Battle Pass. Oh, there we go. Actually loaded. Ronin is from the Third Island's first season. So the Flip Island's first season during the introduction to the not the last the Sevens take over the island prior to the Aya War during the digs. He is a character, but not a lore thing. see what's going on here. So if you talk to him normally, he would be in the covert canyon of 3-1. Don't remember what covert canyon is. He originally just says glory never wanes. He would send you on a bounty and sell you an MK7 assault rifle. You could challenge him to a fight, and a reward would be a pistol and shotgun. That's it on there. Now, special interactions is only first encounter. He had no special interactions with anybody else, indicating he had no knowledge of any of the characters he could be at the time. And it says, "Who sent you?" Now, in all fairness, we have not seen Ronan in game since Chapter 3, Season 1. He was removed from Covert Canyon late after that. So he can't be on the Chapter 3 island since it was destroyed. He could have been eliminated with that destruction, or he'd been moved to the fourth island. It is unclear, but you've never seen in the fourth island. His location since Chapter 3, Season 1, and since that island got destroyed is unknown. The next one we have are the Koi team: Koi Striker, Koi Brawler, and Koi Agent Chica. These are all characters who showed up earlier, but were part of the Koi Syndicate. And the Koi Syndicate would be one of the many syndicates from Chapter 4. So Koi Striker, also known as Lucky Envoy, is a character that shows up as a um, design of Envoy, which was a IO looking member with green hair, if you remember. She had like the suit and everything. I think she was technically an IO member. At some point, she ended up on Island 6 and became a member of this character. In Chapter 4, Season 2, she came over with the Koi Syndicate and the Mega City. Agent, Striker, and Baller. They walked different paths but came together to protect the Koi. And that is all we have for her. She has no other details. Now, Koi Brawler Zero is a little different. This guy originates from technically Chapter 2 is when he first came in, but he is a sentient version of the 0 point. The 0 point always seemed to have some form of sentience, but this was a humanoid creation of the 0 point to show off its skill as a sentient person, more likely. And it was just this energy being that looked like 0 point energy. During his koi outfit, he seems to have sealed himself in sort of a flesh instead of energy like outfit with only his orange energy flowing from his eye sockets. Um, and honestly, that's all we have as far as his design goes. And this would also indicate this is the last time we saw the Zero. Zero, while he showed up in Chapter 2, was last seen in Chapter 4 as part of the Koi Syndicate. And that's the last time we saw that Zero. With the 0 point being shattered, it'd be interesting to know if that makes Zero the last strongest center of reality, or if he counts as a shard himself. Ooh, they could release a shard version of him just where he looks like Crystal. That'd be a really cool Fortnite idea. And the last of the Koi Syndicate, the third member of the leaders, was Agent Chigusa. Now, Chigusa is a character of uh, I can't remember what season she came in. I want to say it was the Hunter season of Chapter 2, but I'm not positive. She was a trio of anime ladies who were hackers and delved into the loop as well as hacking into IO's mainframe and hacking into stuff at their own place. Not entirely clear what she does in the Koi, but she's likely a tech hacker. Again, just like everybody else here, she doesn't have much as far as uh, details go, but that was it. And last on the first line is Cobalt. Cobalt is from season 9 of chapter 1, season 7. I honestly didn't know he was from the Sixth Island. I don't know why they say he's from the Sixth Island. He was rifted into the loop on season 7. I say he cautiously because Cobalt is a robot or android and is an assassin android to begin with. It's unclear why he is listed to come from Island 6. They have him listed as part of Island 6. Um, he does have a redesign later on, the Covert Cobalt, but there's nothing. His cosmetics have not been seen on Island. His cosmetic hasn't been in. Was last seen over 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago. Jesus, Fortnite's nothing at all. 2,000 days ago. More short images, more icons, and loading screen, maybe? Here we see him being beaten up by the Neo Chasers of 9, or here we see him. Oh, okay. So apparently there's a load of them in Mega City. They are from Mega City. We see here them hunting Highwire, which indicate they would come over with the Mega City. So for some reason, they're hunting Highwire. Don't know if that indicates they are actually from Island 6. The wiki says they are, but I don't see anything. So on the second line, we have Adria, who is from Chapter 3, Season 3 as the Dragon Rider set. She is the samurai-looking character, comes out on the purple dragon full of purple energy, which could be demonic power. Um, she does have a lower mask, but it doesn't appear to be a magic mask. Forms. She does have other characters talk to her on 3-3. Meow Schools would say to her, "You and I understand honor differently." The Mask Lady from 3-3 say, "We need a noble warrior now more than ever." Dead team leader, what pool leader? I don't remember what her name is. Says, "If I have to hear you talk about honor and loyalty again, I'll lose it." Apparently, she was really into honor and loyalty. A I can't remember her name. Silver hair, weird bands across the chest. Says, "What are you gonna do? Report me?" German Oktoberfest guy says, "Sure, I'll joust you." Oh, because she has a joust. She can stick as her weapon. That makes sense. The 80s retro themed Jones says, "I love your whole defend the powerless steel. Very chill." The duck team leader, duck mascot lady, says, "Oh my, you're terrifying. I love it." The weird Aztec lady from Sunny Steps of Chapter 1, who was apparently in Chapter 3 for some reason, says, "You fight with honor, a rare quality to be cherished." The masked android hacker person, I don't know, the one that was accidentally released that one time, I don't remember half these people's names, says, "I'd love to study your dragon friend. May I borrow him?" Oh, because he's mechanical. And lastly, the real team leader says, "Interested in sub-licensing your dragon friend for a theme park attraction?" Doesn't have any lore drop, though, which is weird if she has that much interaction with people. Loading screens, not much there. Other, not much there either. Hmm. Next up, we have I don't know why Adira is considered to be a native of Chapter 6. Again, we have no proof of that. It's just the wiki telling me this. Um, Island 6. Same with this one, Suki, and Suki 2.0. Suki is a robot crafted by a corporation, and she became sentient and good. Suki 2.0 is a 2.0 version of her crafted to hunt down Suki. Suki first shows up in season 9 of chapter 1, which was the Neo season. Maybe they're indicating somehow Neo was related to Mega. That is not what I read. Neo didn't get rifted in. Neo was created between the chapters 8 and 9. It was a crafted city, the replacement of Tilted and whatnot. But for some reason, they indicate that Katatech is from Siege Island 6, though I technically don't see anything in there that indicates that. Let's see if any of her stuff. Of course, Suki has a few other variants other than 2.0. She has a Gothic variant I have not seen before. That is actually very cute. And then she has a human variant. Wait, is Gothic a style? Hold on here. Did I earn that? Holy cow, I have that. When did I get that? Cute. So this is Suki. Regular Suki, human Suki, likely the person she's based off, and maybe a brain in here, who knows? And then Gothic Suki, maybe after being chased so much, she's changed her outfit to be a little more darker. She's like, I've been through shit. Let me be Gothic. Is even the face looks mature, or is it just the lipstick doing that? The hair definitely is longer. Well, not really. Just looks more mature for some reason. Who knows? Maybe the makeup does that. Of course, human Suki looks like a human. Interesting. Interesting. Just get out of here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And then, of course, designer. Oh, because designer Suki is said to also be from this island and came over with Mega, and that's the original Suki all grown up. Okay. So I guess that makes sense. If regular Suki is from the sixth island, became designer Suki, the adult, and she got moved over with Mega Island in season into Island 4, then likely all that's from the original. Somehow, Suki, the robot android, got moved into Neo City, possibly by IO, from uh, likely from Island 6 prior to Mega's move. Doesn't have much here as far as lore goes. Trivia, nothing trivia. Suki is the broken prototype mentioned in Suki 2.0's description. And that's about it for her. Of course, Suki 2.0 was created by the same people. She was actually sent in Chapter 3, Season 2, which means she's on the third island. But she is chasing Suki, so that means Suki made it to the third island from the first island as well. Um, she looks a lot like Suki. In fact, uh, and she's an android. She has several different forms. She has Tempest, which is a lot like Suki's Gothic we just saw. Cell Silver, which kind of has trans colors on it, and Dazzling Spirit, which is her original black and yellow and red form. Vivid, another trans color form with trans color hair. And then the three extra styles that everybody had. I believe she was a Battle Pass. Was she a Battle Pass? She was a Battle Pass, yeah. And the only person who ever interacted with her was Star Wars at the time, and the stormtrooper would say, "You are not the droid we're looking for." Ma'am, what are you doing? And we don't have any lore for her either. Huh. Outside of what we know. Copper Wasp was another Kata tech android. Uh don't not sure if he went rogue like Sugi did. And what are you doing? Don't get into the boxes. He does have a loading screen. I can't really tell what's going on there because it's just pause that on my thing. And that's pretty much all we have for him. There isn't much about Copper Wasphere. He's caught a tech robot, possibly on the hunt for Suki, and possibly a friend of Suki's. Who knows? And then lastly, we have Arisa on these two lines. Arisa is allegedly from 6. She originally showed up in 3-2, um, which was around the IO war time. If I remember correctly, from what little we had of her, she is actually a spy for IO sent to spy on the 7. She was given a 7 like helmet. She went to go work with them, but it was discovered she was selling secrets to the IO. I want that maybe just something I made up. I'm almost like 99% positive that's what happened. She had 3 main colors. Regular was still silver. Her Tempest was kind of a trans color thing with the light blue, pinks, and whatnot. Her Vivid was what we call Link color because of the greens and the fact that she was blonde. She had a helmet which would show the cat-eyed, like the 7, they could change the showings of it. There was the cat-eyed look, the tabby look, the whiskered look, and pointed look, all relatively cat-themed people. Could she be an alternate of Link's? Who knows? When talking to Chapter 3, Season 2 of the Stormtroopers, she would get the notice to move along. She also has one later iteration, once the Cold War is over, where she became the Court Queen Arisa, meaning that last time we saw her, she was playing tennis. Again, I don't know why they indicate she's from the 6 um, island, but it says she is. A lot of these I'm seeing here, we don't have much for lore. Back little whip. You see little whips from Island 6? Okay. Let's see here. We're going to go through a few of these here real quick and just hit some big ones. So Little Whip is pretty big. So he should have some lore here. So Little Whip was originally introduced in season 7 of chapter 1, really that long ago. I thought he was released in a different chapter. He was one of the many food mascots. In chapter 6, season 2, Big Deal says, respectfully, your flow is absolutely rancid, indicating that he tried to do. Little Whip was also remade in a little split, a mashup of him and a banana. In chapter 3, season 4, which is the Chrome season, Chrome Punk said, yo, I heard you could spit bars, which indicates Little Whip is uh, music, which indicates that one song, Little Whip, Little Whip, Little Whip, is probably Little Whip's voice. In chapter 3, season 4, for some reason, Bright Bomber says, so legally, Softies is mine now, which means she bought the restaurant. Chapter 3, season 3, the insurance broker says, where's that swift return you promised on my investment? And then also uh, the bomber, Bright Bomber, prior to owner of Softies, says the underwriter is looking for you. He seems mad. This is the 30 lore interactions we have for him that I'm aware of. But we do have some other stuff here. A character thing for him. It says whipped up and ready to serve. Little Whip has borrowed a lot of bars to create his new rap app. If he doesn't start moving records or phones quickly, he'll be in a sprinkle of trouble with his benefactor, which apparently is the insurance broker guy from the insurance agency that's always in Fortnite. Originally introduced. Oh, okay. So this says introduced chapter 3, season 1. Oh, that's what I thought. Why did it say introduced 9? Weird. I have no idea. Joined June 5th, 2022. Little Whip has a chance to spawn on one of 6 different parts of the map each game. Always saying put near his ice cream, unless it was chapters 3, season 1, where he arrived on the map. What was his skin since season 9? Player gets near him, he'll throw down ice cream for them to pick up. Ice cream he drops vary 5 different flavors. Uh, he would say, brain freeze is temporary, ice cream is temporary, change is inevitable. I really shouldn't be giving these away. I'm deeply in debt. No sweat's going to unwaffle my cone bones if I miss another payment. No sweat insurance system. Put pep in your step and electrical fire in your central nervous system. It was hand-scooped hubris to borrow that many bars. The underwriter's going to break my beautiful cone caps. The scientist is wrong. Spice cream does not cause super ulcers. The scientist apparently tried to tell you inform people about spice cream. Has deep freeze frozen someone's kidney? Technically, yes. Legally, no. I'll be out of debt if I can sell 3,000 albums or 1.3 million cones. A little financial insolvency can't stop me from achieving my dreams. So I owe a scary guy some money. I'll be fine. I'm Little Whip, baby. You've got to borrow bars to make bars. I borrow a lot of bars. If I can get off island, he'll never find me. The cone cancel can. Get what's the cone cancel? Get it together, Whippy. You're the greatest rapper in the freezer. Eat 6 cones, win a prize. That was him waiting. Throwing cones, it says, if you don't want it in a cone, I can squirt it into a loose paper bag. Gross. What does that mean, squirt it? Gross. Taste the guzzle juice flavored cream. Gross. Chum and chug. All the healing of a chug in a cool, chum flavored slurry. Gross. Let's start you off on vanilla and monitor the adverse side effects. I've got a cooler full of ice cream and everything to lose. Haha, help me. Cool down with some hard milk. Ignore the food critics. It's supposed to taste like gasoline. The flavor came to me in a dream, a sick, disgusting dream. So many teeth. I'm a flavor curator. I know what the people want to taste. I'm avoiding the underwriter. He's not being very chill about my loan. Underwriter financed my album. The best rappers spin other people's bars. Don't tell the underwriter I'm here. He is not vibing with me right now. You think the seven are still using those rockets? I might borrow one. The underwriter needs to calm down. If I've only missed 5 of my loan payments. If you finish 6 cones, I'll give you what I call a whippatory sprinkle. Little Whip's music is the first to not come directly from the character himself. Instead, music can be heard coming from the softy's ice truck and looking away. As such, the music stops playing when the truck is destroyed. Huh. In Chapter 3, Season 1, Little Whip character found in Coding Crossroads. Season 2, Will Whip would sell an anvil rocket launcher, and a sidearm pistol. Little Whip default dialogue was changed in 17th, and in Season 3, Season 2, he was removed from the character election book. Hmm. And then removed. Lore. Chapter 3, Season 2, it's whipped up and ready to serve. How do you do, sweetie? Things are getting a little sticky out there, but Little Whip is here to sprinkle some sweetness on the war for fate of reality. Little Whip can. Oh, hold on here. Okay, so he had no lore interacted there. And during Season 2, Chapter 3, Season 2, he had some interaction. How about Season 1? Yeah. Season 1, Howdy Doody, special. You look like a real sweetie pie. Special. When talking to Gunner, he would say, "You look like Blue Fella Guacho." Told me about Guaco. Told me about talking to the Imagine. He says, "How do you do? Do you need me to be a scapegoat again, sweetie?" Oh goodness. And then talking to the original says, "Does the Foodie Battalion have a new marching orders?" And season 3 1, did he have any specials? Not really. And 3 3, he just didn't have any like. Well, here we go. Special. So in season 3 of chapter 3, talking to Beach Bomber, he said, "You reached the watch shop. You're scheduled to watch the shop. I'm sorry. The fuck? I just mixed two together. So that would indicate they're working together. And of course, by then she said she owned it. When talking to Melik, the night dude said two kings have a tete-a-tete. Have a tete-a-tete. Rap gods would love this. Talking to Sabina, she's the one with the weird straps across her chest to talk about, says, "Hey girl, you are a hired assassin, or is my are you? Oh, he's trying to hit on her. Hey girl, are you a hired assassin, or is my are you? Haha, we're cool, right?" Talking to Adria, the samurai lady with the dragon, says, "Are you here to enact that justice you promised?" Talking to Snap, which was the toy guy from the Battle Pass who could be put together, he says, "I cut your verse from the arms collector. I don't like being outshone or a number of arms." Talking to Evie from the Peace Syndicate, he says, "Does the Peace Syndicate offer protection, from insurance salesmen / loan sharks?" And talking to Vader, he says, "Can I sample that breathing sound for a track?" Interesting, interesting, interesting. And then he has a lore section. That's him getting crushed by Mega City. Yeah, you know what? This doesn't make sense. It says he is from the Sixth Island, but he was technically, according to the trailer, on Island 4 prior to Mega's arrival and got crushed by Mega's arrival. So I don't know. Little Whip is the own of Softies. The name location of Little Whip sometimes will spawn in is named after the brands of his restaurants. In Chapter 3, Season 1, during the time of Seven's preparation for war, not much happened to Little Whip as he's just an ice cream vendor and is just doing business. By Season 2, as the war with the Imagined Order broke out, he found us hiding inside the attic of the bookstore near his parlor, relaying the recon back to the Resistance like the rest of the Booty Battalion. He and the Imagined did an unknown activity. What does that mean? Um, Chapter 3, Season 3, now that the war had ended, Little Whip sought to enter the rapping game. Inspired to become the best, hottest soft serve rapper in the game. Unfortunately, the music he produced isn't doing well in the industry, and with the surplus bars he borrowed from his benefactors, he's now entered severe debt and is getting desperate to sell his album. After No Sweat Summer ended, Little Whip disappeared. No Sweat Summer. As the summer rolled out and his fear of benefactor being looming closer, Little Whip left his shop to go and had ice cream to Loopers, while leaving the Beach Farmer, which was found with the responsibility of looking after the Softies ice cream parlor, in his absence, even if his method isn't helping him financially as he isn't earning any bars in return. In Chapter 4, Season 1, Little Whip appears as a Rift encounter, once again trying to sell his soft serve in Softy's Ice Cream. And in Season 2, Cinemagistrator, Little Whip was crushed by a rifting Softies building a mega city. This little Lip was in the loop when it happened, so she breaks into small blue cubes from elimination, so likely isn't fully dead. But that's honestly the last time we really see Little Whip. Huh. So what happened to him? And why do they say he's from Chapter 6 Island? Sorry, I'm just going to look for the big lore characters here and try to figure out what they're doing with the lore, or what Fortnite Wiki's doing with the lore. Because as far as I can tell, Little Whip isn't from Island 6. There's no indication of Little Whip being originally an Island 6er. Sorry, I'm trying to get back. Let's see what we have here. Oh boy. Huh. They also say Halsey, Johnny the Red, and Lucian West is from Chapter 6. I'm going to just go into Johnny the Red. I'm picking one. So these guys came in Chapter 3, Season 4. They're originally Island 3ers. They're hunters. We actually just got an update on them where Lucian's a fucking wolf, one's a witch, and I believe Johnny the Red is turned into a vampire. Special dialogue for players when wearing the Johnny the Red outfit. Chapter 6, Season 1, her friend, the other lady, would say, "We're surrounded by actual magic. How cool is that?" in that's 6-1. So they do show up in 6-1, technically. And then they did get changed, but I don't know why that would indicate they're from this island. They seemed surprised that there was magic in the island. In 4-4, I'm talking to different people. I don't know who that is. Someone say, "You think you can slay every monster?" That's cute. Talking to the famous vampire lady who was a oh, that is the famous vampire lady. So you can think you slay every monster. That's cute. She'd also say the outfit is pretty cool. Always has the same fan. The other vampire lady who was inside the shoot crew pack, she would say, "You learn a lot from Victoria's Saint. You have given up everything to become a true hunter." Right before season one, her friend would again say, "I'm so glad Lucian is okay. Wonder what he had him so tied up. I hope he's safe. He's never been out on a hunt this long." So this would indicate they would first show up around what would they show up? So they showed up chapter 3, season 4. Chapter 3, season 4, of course, was the Chrome season. So I don't know why they indicate they're from 6. They did show up in Island 6. Doesn't mean they're locals. Character. Tactician, survivor, defender of the ancient. Be safe out there. Special. If you see any vampires, let me know. Talking to Mazai, have you ever considered vampire hunting? Didn't trust Nazumi. Um, doesn't believe superheroes when talking to Selena. Selena superhero. Talking to Dusty. I still use you. Talking to English, she said, "Have you ever heard the adage, those who seek power shouldn't wield it?" Talking to Halsey, her friend, giving Lucian some space, we don't know what he fought for. Then talking to Geralt, says, "I agree with you. Evil is evil, lesser, greater, middling. It makes no difference." Then talking to Halsey about the friend again, it says, "He will be okay." Tough. I don't see anything that indicates. So, chapter 4, season 1, she could be found in Rowdy Acres, then moved to Faulty Splits. She vanished during the Most Wanted event and came back after it ended. Tony is a young vampire hunter who leads the high school club, the High Stakes Club. On various monster hunts, she eliminated lowly vampires, snapshots of them, and a high-profile vampire. She does so with her peers and sometimes solo. If I remember correctly, I think the vampire in season 4 was technically eliminated. I don't know if it was with their help. She's a minor protagonist in Fortnite, serving as a minor protagonist in 4-1, 4-4, and 6-1. Johnny and their best friend, Minato Hakuru, were attacked by a monster. Following the attack, Johnny and Minato both became harsher in their hunting, taken as a lesson learned. As Minato's hunting style became increasingly merciless, Johnny lost trust in her best friend, eventually leaving him behind for Halsey, and shortly after, Lucian West. Johnny and her new best friend became a chosen family. In 4-1, Johnny and her club are pulled from Reality Island 6 due to the paradigm initiating zero fusion after arriving. So they're from the Japanese feudal area. Okay. Joni leaves for a hunt and eventually tracks down Driftwalker snapshots of Faulty Splits, which is Drift's vampire form. She eliminates them with ease before resighting there. Joni and Halsey are concerned with Lucian's disappearance after he left for a hunt and didn't return. Following their reunion, Joni attends a Starfang concert with her friends. Unbeknownst to Joni, Countess Dracu writes High Stakes Club about Joni and her club. Now she will kill them underneath the red sky. In 4-4, Joni and her club get ready for another Starfang concert, renaming herself as Joni the Scarlet. At this point near the eclipse, Dracu reveals herself as a vampire to the club, completely destroying Joni's love for her. After the reveal, Joni decides to get revenge and avenge the countless friends. It's fed on. Just so be becoming Victoria Saint's Mente, an ability to know what state should I blah blah blah. Shimmer Dust warns against being friends in the monster hunting. However, Victoria, Joni, and her club decide to go against her beliefs. I say club now all mentees of Victoria. Help train the looper assistant hunting. In chapter 6-1, Joni and her club arrive back to their home, which is Island 6. Later, Joni and her club reunite with Minato Haruku, though Halsey initially wasn't sure why Joni didn't trust him. At some point, Joni informed her that it was due to Minato's merciless. Minato, he is a 6-1 character. And from the Let Hunt vampire guy. Okay. Okay. So we finally got at least one of the people here. So all three members of the Let's Hunt vampire group, Elsie, Joni, and Lucian Les, are Island 6 natives. This also indicates Countess Dracu was also there. She's the star. We're going to go to lore here. Before Chapter 4, Countess Dracu is an ancient, cunning vampire who loves to play with her prey. Her last known activity was acting as an internationally renowned rock star. However, not knowing her true identity, the High Stakes Club, a young group of vampires, became her biggest fan. At the same time, Victoria Saint, an experienced vampire hunter and Chamber Dusk's former apprentice, pursued her for a long time. After a short time, blah blah blah. Kato Thorne and Countess Dracu were both eliminated thanks to the Looper. She technically did. Okay. We have Jaden, Diego, and Kendo technically. The frick is Kendo wearing in this picture? They were the siblings who were the masked descendants, of course, and they were pretty much central story to the very end. While two of them did show up at the fight, Kendo did not, as far as I could tell. Jade and Diego rifted in at the beginning, but were not seen during the fight. We'll go ahead and look through that as well at one point, if not today, another day. The Night Rose was another Island 6 native. She's technically demonic and exists in the alternate reality of the spirit realm, but she was not bad and was puppeted by a bigger demon. When she was released by us, she joined Jones and Hope. But she did give the blades of the 0 point to Diego, believing his idea was better. Oh, my, whatever. Who else is here? Ninja. Actually, let's look up Ninja's lore, because I don't know Ninja's lore very well. He doesn't have any lore. Of course not. Let's look at his character then. Yo, coughs up hairball. Meow. You good? So he speaks English at least. His special. When talking to Shadow Hope, he says, "You've been practicing those wall kicks like I showed you," so he's mentoring Shadow Hope. When talking to Meowdis, indicating Meowdis is on the island, it says, "So, new best friend, what's this about a golden touch?" Meowdis was the alternate reality version of Meowscles and Midas mashed up. When talking to Oscar from chapter Child's for chapter 5, that's right. He says, wow, you are definitely a big cat." When talking to me, the original Meowscles, says, "You could probably climb pretty fast with those arms." And lastly, when talking to Kindo, he says, "She was gone for a while, but she's back. I should swing by and check on her." I don't know what that means. When asking, getting lore from him, he says, "Every year, both sides of the canyon town race to see who can cross the canyon fastest," indicating he was a resident of that area. Says the winner gets free buns for a year, and their side the canyon gets bragging rights. Let's say I've won multiple times. Twice I've won twice. I'm talking about Jade. He says Jade hasn't been around lately. Hope she's okay, indicating friends. Jade is kind of my best bud. Oh, there we go. In the world, nobody as fearless as her, except me. Cliff diving, exploring. She even convinced me to explore the flooded temple, and I hate water. Conversation. What do you want, Brow? You say, "Oh, you're a cat, so knocking things off tables is just kind of my nature. I didn't break anything either. I don't think I can count." this as naughty. Oh, this was during the naughty season. And then one that was a former was I haven't seen Jade around in a bit. What's going on? If you were talking to Kim as Kendo. Yeah, that's it on his lore. He was not really seen after the season one. What else is here? Caspian, Hajime. Dur Taisho is from Island 6. He is an alternate version of Dur Burger. Haruku of the Masks was a character who is a monthly member and had a mask on it. Jade Surge. Oh, because he's a Fox Clan member. So I thought he was mostly an OG alternate reality, but whatever. Boss Koji, Cassidy Quinn. So Cassidy Quinn, I'm interested in what she's from. She was from 6-2 during the thieving section. She appears to be a card member. Hard to remember. Midas talking to her would say, "You want to be my protege? I'll give you a chance to earn it." Talking to the possum, he would say, the gold band, the gold band ain't exactly trustworthy, right?" During season 2, talking to Midas, he'd say, "Have you been telling people you're my protege? That's bold." Talking to the dreadlocks lady from the battle pass, says, "You promised you'd stay safe out there, Cass." Talking to the lady with the demon mask, the sock hat mask thing, says Cassie Quinn always a sight for sore eyes because they were all friends apparently. And then lastly, talking to Kendo, he would say, "We should spar sometime. Curious to see how that goes," because she was a sword wielder, and was he a sword wielder? He may have had a katana. Oh, the hell did I just see? When she was on map, she was found near Lone Wolf Lair, which was Kane's area. I mean, she was keeping a close eye on Kane. She may have been the one that got us to steal the car, but I can't remember. When talking to her, she could say, "I'm all in. Whatever you're planning, deal me in." Some people call me Queen of Spades, when I ask them to. Her fate has fate dealt you a good hand today. During the special, she first encounter, she'd say, "Guess Quinn at your disservice. You keep doing this just to keep her from doing that thing." You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm going to go into a place where just standing around is going to earn me money. So, God, makes it. Will hit me. We'll see. I have to find a server. It's private. Also, is that Arabic lettering over there? I can't tell what that is. If I'm creating content for Fortnite, I might as well get paid through EXP, even if I'm not a content creator for them. Also, it could also help me a lot. Oh, this is a fairly large island. Huh. Interesting. Area I'm in. Also, I'm on random. And I'm Kevin. Kevin. His name is Kevin, right? I'll say his name is Kevin. Ironically, I have a backbling that is a triangle magical circle. And I don't know what this I don't remember what this big axe is from, honestly. Kevin's from Save the World. robot from Bender Tech. Anyway, during speeches, Cassidy would say about Midas, he's a legend, literally. I can't believe he's real. When I was a kid, I dreamt of working with him. Ultimately criminal in me. The ultimate criminal in me is protege. Sorry, I got distracted. What did you want? In case she knows Midas, despite him being multiversal. Is Midas from here? Who knows? About Fletcher Kane, she would say, that arrogant, pompous, taggy Pomeranian. He think he could rule with an iron paw, but when Tinnery bites, we bite back. When we're through with him, he'll run crying back to his kennel. When talking about taking risks, she says, no risk, no reward, baby. And no cool story to impress people with afterwards either. Sometimes risking it all is scary, but you can do anything scared. And whatever happens, you're a little less scared to do it next time. And special conversations. During a conversation during the quest, she says, oh, nothing bonds two people together like stealing some jerk's cool car. She was the one with the car theft. You would say, let's do this. She'd say, I already got Kane's garage keys. Yeah, I'm that good. Then during an Outlaw Story quest, she says, if you feel a little bump, keep driving. If you feel a big bump, also keep driving. Let's get off this tacky old road. Take left after the bridge. That way is way more dangerous. I mean, fun. Some tummy installed a brake pedal in this thing. Who even uses those? Keish and I used to do jobs like this together, but now she's retired. So you're friends with Midas, right? Has he said anything about me? Keep going straight. I have an amazing idea. Nice driving. That yappy Pomeranian has great taste in cars. During expertise quests, you'd ask about the sniper rifle. She says, I like how you play, Marksman. I'll knock 60% off price sniper rifle for an expert like you. Want to ante up? Show me what you can do. I can offer sniper rifles at an increasing excellence. You definitely know how to run a table. I can bribe you an ultimate trump card, 60% off my legendary sniper rifle. Interesting. The frick? Who's buzzing me? Oh, well, Joss is from Island 6. So Cassie, Joss, and Kane and Valentina were all citizens during that time. Saz was a big deal. Acacia Cross, they were all the thieves. Skillet's a citizen. Azuki comes from this island. Huh. Okay. Unsurprising, the heroes. Well, no. Actually, I can actually kind of disprove this one. So Morgan Mist, Haley Sky, Synthwave, and Killswitch and Light Rider may all be from this thing, but Ziggy is not. Ziggy was a lizard combined with a Jonesy during the blast. While Ziggy himself was created on the Chapter 6 island, he's technically just an alternate version of Jonesy, who is not from this island. Rider, the Reboot Man, another hero, Jewel, Dex Simon, After Burn All Heroes, Yomi, Agent Patch, another one I could disprove. So Yomi, Agent Patch, and Onyx Winter may be from this island, but Lieutenant Rip Slade is not. Shit. Lieutenant Rip Slade is originally a character named Adam. His very first outfit is known as Battlehawk, though his Adam outfit is the Treasure Hunter. He originally shows up in the Season 4, Chapter 1 Battle Pass, so Inside the Loop. So, as far as I can tell, he's likely not a original Island 6er, but let's see what the lore says. Whatever to say is a member of Lieutenant Automorph Extermination Rangers. He's one of their main mascots who often appear in recruitment advertisements. He's supporting character 6'4", Patriot, Gunman, Supporter, Compassionate Soldier, Soldier and Ranger under his command will be taken care of well nicely. But there's no indication he's from Chapter 6 as a as a local. I don't know where they got the indication that he was. I do believe his skin actually shows up in Save the World too. Rift Slade's originals are Battlehawk, Aerial Threat. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Sage Slayer, Verge, Marino, the Beach Trooper, Guild, the Treasure Hunter. He is a alternate form of Drift, that's for sure. Drift from our world is an alternate reality form of him. He has an alternate Star Lord version and the Dark Knight movie outfit says it's actually his face under there. Interesting. He's a hero named Hunter form. All drift forms are his alternate. So maybe Lieutenant Rift Slade is an alternate version of him. So if Lieutenant Rift Slade is an alternate, oh, Kingsley is also an alternate version of him. If Lieutenant Rift Slade is an alternate of him, then maybe yes, he's from 6 because he has different things. Battlehawk is the Battlehawk Garrison. Is that it? He has several military look versions, but Battlehawk and Garrison is the only ones with eye patches like him. So maybe Rip Slade is from 6 and was rifted into the place by IO, or maybe he worked for IO for that matter. But there's nothing that will fully indicates that he's from the 6 Island at all. Of course, we have the verified reality crossovers as well. Go ahead and look around here. Actually, I've never been out here before. No, yeah. What does this do? That's what that buzz is. That buzz is asking us to like and subscribe. Boo. Like your mom. Grabbed her OnlyFans. Is this that Roblox game technically? It is just a ripoff of GTA. This still has the wall jump on it. I did not know there were spots on this map. Oh my god, they just keep spawning. Okay, I'm out of here, boys. Okay then. Did not expect. Oh, there's a freaking submarine off the side over there. What the hell? Ooh, it does not like me on this. Off the mountain. It was not happy that I was up there. Wonder what the submarine does anyway. Do I have a wanted level? Is that what that is? Ops don't seem to be too concerned about that. 2-star going down. No? Okay, I thought maybe shooting them might spawn the UFO. You growling at pup. Anyway, so the visitors to reality or Island 6 were Hope Jones, Rift to while a Fox clan is from our world. Catalyst, again, while the Fox clan does not appear to be from Island 6. Tarek Knox, who is from his demigod territory. Bushranger, who is from his. I'm not sure where Bushranger is from. Does it say where Bushranger is from? He originates in Chapter 2, Season 1. It doesn't say where he's from. Renegade Rebel from Chapter 1. Assault Bomber from OG. I don't know, OG Save the World. Skull Commander from a alternate timeline. Original Midas and Cowboy, his other forms. The Brat. Scorpion and Sub-Zero from the MK universe. Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han from the New Hope trilogy. Poe Dameron from the new trilogy. Darth Vader and Stormtrooper Samurai from an alternate reality of Star Wars. Captain Phasma from First Order Stormtrooper from the new trilogy. General Grievous from the prequel trilogy. 2025 Superman from his universe. Robin of some kind from one of the universes. In fact, does this tell us which Robin it is? Robin is a DC series of part of the Teen Titans set character. Okay, I just like the very first line of this. If you have to ask which Robin I am, you don't deserve to know. Superheroes, supervillain with the evil plan. Sounds familiar. The Mask Maker is going down. When talking to Beast Boy, he says, Dick's not around right now, just me. So this is not Dick Grayson. Yeah, I'm Robin. When talking to Rebirth Raven, he said the same thing. So this is not their Dick Grayson Robin, despite being part of the Teen Titans. Which Robin are you? Who do you think I am? I'm Tim Drake. Oh, this is Tim. Yeah, the smart one. Probably the best fit to help kick those heroes into shape. Being a new hero is a lot of work. I hope they're ready. I've noticed things, sure. If Hope and Jones don't want me revealing their secrets, they're trying to do the right thing with this academy, even if they're being bankrolled by someone I wouldn't trust. Who would they not trust? Supernova Academy brought me into to help these new heroes. They're rough around the edges, but they've got promise. This isn't a case Robin was rifted in by somebody. They can work together and maybe they can do this. When he's just nothing there. I have a feeling that the Spires are just the beginning. This academy is being bankrolled by someone. These shiny beacon of hope to Utopia City. That doesn't usually go well. In Core's area, he says, I hear Core's a mercenary. What's she in this for? Been unused. That grappling hook reminds me of home. Well, at least we know which Robin he was now. Tim Drake. Core's an interesting one. Core was rifted in. Core's been a mercenary since technically Chapter 2. Of course, we had Trace, who we just talked about from Chapter 4. And on the 4. Actually, where's he originally from? Does it say? It does not say. May was in Island 4 as a thief. We talked about her. Spartans from Halo, Red Rangers from Power Rangers universe. Sunny. Oh, the Hunter X from the K-pop Demon Hunters universe. The Scooby Gang from their universe. Jason from his universes. The Mother of Thorns is technically from our universe. This appears to be an alternate reality version of her. She is Doja Cat, but she's a Doja Cat with the power of thorns. And she was one of the last characters to appear in season 6, Sixth Island. He is her origin. The Mother of Thorns version is unknown. Her thorns showed up in map 5 at the very end for its Halloween season, where she sent the ultimate carver to cause destruction, along with some other characters such as Jigsaw's puppet and whatnot. She seems to be able to pull in bad guys because in this season she shows up with ultimate carver and pulls in Jason and a few others. Although Onimusha and the island are presented as a central setting to the Reality 783, numerous elements throughout the story, quests, and promotional media imply that Reality Wolverine encompasses a world far larger than what was visible from the outside during the Death Star sabotage. The cinematic trailers for both 6-1 and Galactic Battle depict outer space without the reality bubble surrounding the island, implying it's also inside. In the Chapter 6 Season 1 trailer, the visible planetary cover stronger implies that Onimusha rests on a planet. While in the Galactic Battle trailer, the appearance of a real moon, not present outside the barrier, reinforces the perspective. Similarly, the synergy company behind Foxy Floodgates and Pumped Power is symbolized by a planet, once again suggesting a planetary context beyond the island itself. So the island may have been ripped from a planet. Several quests and dialogue sequences further builds on this notion, making reference to nations, world, and planet. Concepts that cannot logically apply to a single island, implying planetary scale society. In the Galactic Battle story quest, Leogorna speaks to Looper in planetary terms, need all the bravery and skills your planet can provide. During the Academy quest, the Looper comments on Haley Sky's past accomplishments in national-level sports teams, despite Onimusha lacking the infrastructure for such competitions. In Chapter 6, Season 4, Killswitch asked about OXRs, describes their work as a world-class tactician. So, likely there's a world hidden outside the barrier, limiting view to people who can see inside the loop-like area. Trivia: Onimusha translates to Demon Island. 783 is homeworld of the Fox Clan River Guard. We already knew that. Hopeful Heights contains a room that further attests this connection. The Syndicate Machine adds of Mega City, as well as Thunder, Future Fight Mania, and Rings of the Magnificent loading screens, all displayed. Galactic Battle reveals Peace Syndicate is indeed here, with Eevee's return and fall. Prior to this, there was some confusion towards the reality Mega City was from. Is 783 is the second mainstream reality of Fortnite Battle Royale. It is neither an iteration of Reality Zero nor a divergent timeline of Reality Zero. The first one was Helios. That's true. That is true. So Helios and this one, 5 and 6, are the only non-zero realities, because 1 through 3 were all the same island remade in Zero, and technically 4 is a move through space, but not out of the reality, indicating it's still in Zero. Interesting. So that's all we're going to do there with that. But I do have some more stuff. We're going to get out of here. Actually, this is cute and all, but whatever. Did I get any XP while I was in there? Reopen this so we can this. Okay, we're going to do a few things here now. We can't do the map one, or I don't know if we'll do the map one. That'll be the last thing I try. We may be able to do a map, but we're going to do 2 other things that have to do with the lore of 6-7. Don't beat me. Don't beat me. So I will say that I just saw Jules, and she's one of the cutest characters in the fucking game. Jesus, the ride. Zero build. Wes, collections, and characters. So say hello to the areas, and this is the closest we're going to get to the map. We're not going to review everything, because unfortunately, we can't really do much. But we will look at characters and just basically talk about it. Karina is our skater girl. We talked to her the other day. She's in I'd say outfit style, I'd give her a good old 5. She's very mid outfit. I guess because I don't know. It's just kind of just regular outfit, nothing cool, but nothing bad. It's a good outfit. It's original. She exists in Battlewood as a skater. She has a broken arm because she skates and video games at the same time. She's likely like a YouTuber like thing. Battlewood, most of this map is a kind of play off our worlds, America, Western Coast, California, whatnot. California and Nevada mostly. Battlewood Boulevard would be a section of LA, Los Angeles, or Hollywood. In fact, going into these little ditch down here gave me a feeling of GTA and the chase scene from Terminator. She can be found underneath here. Um, just chilling. Now I'm gonna see if they give her speech to us yet. Fortnite. Fortnite Riki. Yeah, Fortnite Wiki is behind that. Fortnite after 7 years. All character locations in Fortnite chapters. No, doesn't tell us there. Huh. But they won't tell us. I don't remember what they all say, but she's here, and she can be hired as a mercenary. Also, the map's a little glitchy here, as you can see. I can't freaking move it. Oh, we'll go down the list. So, so she's a skater. The stuntman Carter Wu is in the southern of Latte Landing. Don't know what he's doing over here, but it is close to where the shoot's happening, and I believe he's in like a shop. Latte Landing has to do with Big Shot. Now, Big Shot has been a is a store that's been around. I think since chapter one, if not chapter one, then at least chapter two. It's always in small areas. It's a coffee shop, but there's a lot of Big Shot on this island. This may be Big Shot's original location. Hello, DB Anime 2003. Welcome to this small little lore stream we're doing. Still kind of broken season 6. um, Cat Holloway. I guess I'd give him a good 6 or 5. Again, all the skins on here, cute, mid ranking. None of them are like outside the Dark Voyager. I wouldn't say any of them are amazing. Cat Holloway, I'd give her a good 6, 7. Yeah, I had to. Sorry, I'd give her a good 7. Um, just because it's a cute and shows the belly, cute vest, pinks like pinks. She's over in Humber Hills. These characters are all likely residents of the seventh island and seventh reality you've been in, or technically one, two, third, fourth reality we've been in. This is our fourth reality only. Seventh island, but fourth reality. But Cat Holloway's over here in Humble Hills. Despite the name being Humble Hills, this is basically Beverly Hills. It's a bunch of rich houses. She's in a house. It's likely her house. Now, Dummy is not a local. He has been with us since chapter 2-ish. Excuse me. Dummy's over here in Riptides. He was originally fixing the battle bus. The battle bus is now up and running and flying, but he helped us put it back together. That said, I don't know if we have a new driver. Maybe he's driving. We don't know. The driver died. We regain our respects. I don't know what happened to the driver, but he's over in Riptides, and I'm not sure what he's up to right now. Hope is still here. This is heroic Hope from her outfit of last chapter and the hero forms. This is Classified Canyon. She's around. Classified Canyon is an Area 51 location with the word 7 all over it. Yeah. Underneath there is a hidden last reality ship and a few other secrets, including a tiny mini indestructible cube that does glow, indicating it is an actual cube. It's unclear if this is a last reality section. Someone said, hey, it has a triangle in it. Last reality symbol has a triangle in it, but I don't know if that's anything. And then, or if this is a 7 location, or if it's just a government location. It's also not clear why Hope is here. If it's a 7 location, then Hope is here with the 7. If it's a government location, like another form of IO, is Hope trying to restart a government thing? We don't know. She's just here near the. She's inside area 651, wherever, and we don't know exactly why she's over here. Um, what she's doing. This is actually Kingston, but it will not record it. He doesn't count as on the map. He's over here in Bumby Bay. For some reason, it's not showing him, and it won't record it. But he's like in this building right here or something. A little surfer dude furry. This is Miles Cross. I don't know if he's supposed to be the football player or not, if that's just a coincidence. He's over in Painted, whatever this place is called, Painted Palms, and he is a movie star in this reality at the very least. Painted Palms is all a set. All this purple stuff that looks like the trees from the world, all made up. This is just a movie set. This is the bride, aka Uma Thurman, aka Kiddo, Beatrix Kiddo. Um, she is over in Sandy Strip. Sandy Strip is like a chunk of our Las Vegas stolen and turned into this. This is like a section of Nevada or some shit. It has a little diamond that acts like the orb in, or at least the face of the orb in Las Vegas. She's in a casino hotel area. Um, you can actually buy stuff from like some kind of special from her. I actually don't know what the special does. Because you can also buy it from Peely. I don't know what they do. He's a heavy specialist. She's a supply specialist. Heavy medic. These guys cannot be bought. I think he might be viable. Be specialists. Doesn't say what her thing does either. Peely or unpeely, naked Peely, whatever you want to call him. Oh God, over here is in Wonkyland, my favorite place. It's a roller coaster theme park. He's just chilling over here. Theme Peely. He sold when I first walked up. He sold the same thing Beatrix did for free. I don't know what it did. I have zero idea what it did. Woo! Back to the characters, and then lastly, we have Vengeance Jones. We have so many questions about Vengeance Jones. When we last saw Jones in the event, he was Jones' second again, which would indicate he let go of his vengeance kick and was back to being regular old Jonesy. So is he suddenly back to Vengeance Jones? Or is this a zero copy of Vengeance Jones now out? We don't know where regular Jones is. Vengeance Jones is in Loop Labs, which appears to be a laboratory based on the study of the 0 point shard, and he's overseeing it. Indicates that there's also a vault underneath it. And if you remember, Midas had been talking to both Hope and Jones and us about placing the 0 point into a vault where it could be safe. So this would indicate that either Jones has gone back into his vengeance kick for no reason, and is trying to secure the 0 point and study it for no reason. Maybe starting the IO again, or this 0 point copy of Vengeance Jones is doing that. When you talk to Vengeance Jones, he still talks about being upset about the time he ran away from something, which I think was chapter 4. I don't know. Honestly, don't know why Vengeance Jones came about. Yeah, I thought he was in Vengeance just to take back Peely, but he's been that gruff guy since Chad, since Island 5. And so if this is the current Jonesy Jones, like Agent Jones, I'm not entirely sure why he went back to Vincent Jones' outfit. If this is a Vincent Jones 0 point copy, I'm not entirely sure where Jones we just left at the um, event went to. He should have been rifted with us to the new island in Hope. Maybe all the Jones will show up here and they'll be the working team for Inner Labs. Who knows? Also, the labs, like I showed you earlier, do have a collider underneath them, and they act as portal tech and can be used to travel around a fairly good section of the island. What is glowing? We just say I have new shit. Oh, it's gonna be what's his name's guitar. There we go. Nope, still says I have new stuff. New track. You know what? There we go. So that was that. We're actually going to go back to Bank City so it doesn't do so. And I have something else we're going to do real quick. I'm going to go through, and you can go through with me if you'd like. Go ahead and, well, actually, it's going to be hard doing two YouTube things. I'm going to go to the event. Go through it bit by bit and see what we can see. We'll choose this guy's event. So first coming in, when you came in an event, let's see here. FPS mode. Huh, cool. Those are biohazard symbols on those radiation stations. Why is there biohazard symbols on that? What are they really? Oh god. What have I found? It's a freaking gold. Holy moly, I'm out. I came here for peaceful conversations, not zombie fights. Yeah, that's pretty cool over there, the little buzzing in the background. And so, as we came into the event, we were still in Springfield. If you don't remember exactly, we had Springfield combined with the island at the time to create a fair, new alternate reality. The trip out of this reality was proof that Springfield Island mashup was actually a separate reality and not an overlay of the original island. Yeah, they pretty much tore Springfield out of its place and put it as an island. Now, this could also indicate that the Springfield Island and the original Springfield are also two alternate realities. So that would indicate that Springfield Island gets to stay the Springfield Island for the rest of its term. We just created a new reality. As we prepared inside, now if you did miss my event, it is upline, but it broke for me completely. You missed a lot of important stuff. I recommend watching other people's events. But as the event started, Jones and Hope were working inside a lab trying to power up the Rift gun, which instead of having a Rift butterfly inside of it, had a 0 point shard inside of it, which was the 0 point shard they had retrieved from Homer. Now, this lab was interesting because it was placed just over the Capitol, but outside of the lab, you couldn't see into the lab, indicating they were in some kind of pocket dimension for the lab. At some point, likely thanks to the unanchoring of realities due to the zero points destruction, James was able to use tech and his rift gun to verbally connect to all realities that we wanted to, all realities that they were trying to call in an effort to get them to rift over here and fight. The first reality now, because Jones is a goober, when he rifted the gun, I believe he made a mistake where he started connecting the rift gun to all the people he were talking with, and instead of rifting us directly to where we were supposed to go, he rifts us to various places the rift gun were attached to during his speech. The first place we go to is a Noor detective agency. Now, some people were saying this was Jonesy's office. This isn't, as far as I can tell. There was no indication this was Jonesy's office. It was just a black and white Nor detective agency, even said detective agency on the window. There were some boards with like a conspiracy board on the wall, but I've seen it a few times and I can't make out anything that says, hey, this is important. The second place he referred us to was Fall Guys. Fall Guys, of course, is reality where, as beings, we compete in wipeout like style competitions to win a crown, and it is run by Epic. And that's just a really fun game. It's probably not as popular as it should be. The third reality we go to is a place where everybody is Cardi B, apparently. When I was there, I was like, I don't know who the frick this is. I still don't know who the frick this is. Some people say he is Cardi B. He's some kind of musician. I don't know. There was a reference, though, apparently, when he riffs in the Fortnite, he riffs right next to Peely, which is a reference to him during one of his concerts calling out Banana Man. The third place we riff to is back to the Springfield Island, where we jump on Homer's belly. For the longest time while we were waiting for 30 minutes for this thing to start, we were trying to wake him up with large donuts. Finally, jumping on his belly, wake him up. It wakes him up. As we are on Springfield, you can still see that the reactor itself is still going off with energy. If the Springfield map island exists beyond this and isn't just undone by the 0 point shards reality wave on the original island, then they may be having to deal with the nuclear meltdowns side effects because that is not going away. When we rift again, we rift to a Miku concert where she's for some reason like 8, 9 feet tall. And it appears to be sort of like the stage she was on for her um time as an event, not an event, but in the music world here in Fortnite. But um yeah, but it's a big round stage, which is different. Hope is very happy to see Hatsune Miku for some reason. After that, we get rifted to this place I do not know. Toy Story reference, bobblehead reference, both. We don't know. We're all tiny bodies with large heads. When I rifted there, I went to like an OG skin for some reason. Most skins did have it. It could be an upcoming game of some kind. I would like to play a game that looks like that. That looks cool. Maybe some obby like game. You're in a bedroom on top of a shelf by the looks of it. Rifted again, we actually get rifted into the Star Wars universe. Now, the Star Destroyers, as you know, the Star Wars universe came into and did a big thing in MS1. We ended up destroying the Death Star and a bunch of Star Destroyers. And if that's canon, then we screwed up the Star Wars timeline. That said, these Star Wars Star Destroyers are original Star Destroyers from a New Hope era, and likely is the one we port in later. Then we get rifted to Prop Hunt, where everybody's a prop. Then we get rifted to something I don't understand. It is a world underwater. You can see a ship mast in the background. You can also see what appears to be a trailer of a truck in the background. It's a completely underwater world. This could be indicative of what the trash is left in the island after the flood of chapter 2, thanks to Midas. Could be indicative of another place. We don't know. There's some people that said SpongeBob, but I don't see any references to SpongeBob here. Then we get rifted to another weird reality. It appears to be a comic book. It's even shaded like a comic book. If you look at the people around you, some that are stuck up, the more cartoony ones actually show the kind of weird shading cell structure on them. I can see here someone has a march and she looks like she belongs there. There's these weird anime like hands reaching out for you. Not entirely sure what that was. Then you get rifted into a fiery wasteland. This was like hell, or Mustafar, or the inside of a volcano, or maybe a completely volcanic planet. Unknown. After that, you get rifted into Chapter 6. Chapter 6 looks terrible. It's completely destroyed and does not look like it's having a good time. There's this just giant gash in the middle of the island. Apparently, where the creature sits is where one of the OXR bases were left. He says that's a whole lot of trouble there. Then it shows the Dark Presence. He's massive, hundreds and hundreds of feet tall, taller than Godzilla, apparently taller than anything else that's ever been on the island except Galactus. Not quite as big as Galactus. You can see the demon is missing its left center tentacle, or parts of it, indicating that the tentacle that Superman cut in half. Later on, you'll see that other creatures can attack the tentacles and harm them, even though its center of body, its center mass, seems almost indestructible. One of the first things to rift in is Godzilla. Then walking through a portal is a cartoonish looking version of the Winter Soldier, Iron Man, and Black Widow's sister, Anna, Yvonne, whatever. She likes noodles. And she likes sauce, like hot sauce noodles. So Iron Man has been here before, but I don't believe this is our Iron Man that's been here before. This is a cell shaded cartoony Iron Man from a alternate reality. He is walking in with the Winter Soldier and another assassin in an effort to help. In the background, you can see the Scooby van show driving up. On the left, two Mortal Kombat characters ripped in. One is Sub-Zero and one is Scorpion. Usually they're facing off against each other. This time they come to fight. There are thousands of people just ripped in the background. Up front, we have what appears to be Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby rifting into place, which indicates Fred and Daphne are probably in the van. We have some invincible characters flying in, which is interesting because later on we find out they're not using their powers. The mecha team leader is landed. They didn't rift in, they just landed on the island, indicating they were already in the reality. Also, we still do not know who is driving the mecha team leader. Mecha team leader is made by Singularity, but we have not seen a Singularity since Chapter 1, Season 9. Driven almost always by Paradigm, but Paradigm was killed by the fusion event of Chapter 4. On the Force Fusion, as far as we know, she's dead. Which would leave the Order, who we do know is on the island, or the Foundation, who we do not know what's happened to him at all. OXR helicopters popping up. Superman. The turtles pop in. Characters from the overarching security force from freaking Squid Games for some reason. It's all four turtles. So here's one that goes. So Diego and his sister show up, but Kendo does not. Kendo was not seen. It's unsure why Kendo did not show. Also, I'm pretty sure it's a little weird because despite Diego and his sister being central storyline characters, through the entire series, they don't have a very central uh, premise here. You don't really see them after them rifting in. Philly's also rifted in because why not? A gold slime from some creative map rifts in. Hardy B rifts in next to Pilly. The blue and red Spartans, red versus blue, rift in. Homer rifts in. The superheroes, Kill Switch, Ziggy, and shoot, the lady with the Dark Raven like powers rips in, along with original Meowscles, indicating Midas may have sent him. But we don't see Midas right off the bat. I saw another rift show up next to the Megazord, but I couldn't see who came through it though. There's also a rift here that appears in front of the Megazord, and the character is just so dark. Is that a zombie? It looks like a cube zombie. Can't tell. It's just so dark. Camera turns and we see the Dark Presence. Dark Presence in the background, and he's releasing thousands of bugs. We go fighting. Reverse here for a bit. So Jonesy says, "Let's go." We see Hope follow him, and that's the last time we physically see them, I believe. We see some ships fly by. It looks like maybe an OXR fighter and a X-wing starfighter from the Resistance. Along with some, the invisible crew is flying. I know why they use guns later on. Like the strongest characters here, and they don't hit with their fists. They probably could have maybe done something. Yeah, you see, there's the young kid who is the invisible kid, like the main character right there. I see people around us, but these are characters that are being played by other people. More OXR helicopters, which is interesting because the OXR helicopters are around, but you didn't see any of the OXR members. You think as a military force, they'd be there. Hello, Winter. It's a human-driven one. Get bounced around as Kong comes by. Then the Megazord flies by. Runs by. The team leader mech lands and shoots. More OXR copters. You see Homer over there. He does a cannonball into something. I don't know exactly where he's going. Now, to the right and left here, right before Kong gets thrown, there are dozens of characters. There's undiscernible, all Fortnite skins likely. Someone accidentally ran back into the ones that show up behind you and found out they're like 3 feet tall. There's some kind of weird compression just to try and keep the memory down. But when you're not that close to them, this looks like there's a massive army of character sized people running with you. And I can't really tell much. The characters are too dark, too many. An Oxark helicopter lands here. See the mechs landing in front of the thing. Hong is already on top of the freaking demon. He does the most damage to this demon, I think, other than the Looper. See Homer over there. The turtle van drives by. The Rocket League's main car drives by, driven by unknown people. Hong gets tossed. We see the DeLorean drive by. I don't know exactly what Marty was thinking he was going to do, driving that close to the demon, but who knows. Hong gets tossed and he lands. A dust cloud comes up. The Devourer and Godzilla release beams at the same time. Now, Godzilla's beam is radioactive. We don't know about the Devourer, but it's very similar. The Devourer is from the Ice Moon, and we don't know what the originating world is. The question is, why was the Devourer there? The Devourer is from Chapter 1. He arrived on the Chapter 1 island from the Ice Moon, which fell to the Chapter 1 island when the ice moon started thawing for unknown reasons, probably because it wasn't in the space it used to be in, moved there by the Ice King. That was an entire section of Ice King's castle, and a lot of his security contained anomalies fell to the island and crashed into the island. Um, After the Fire King got out and they had their little tiff, the Fire King destroyed the place where the Devourer was kept and it escaped. Excuse me, that was gross. It was a multiversal like a threat because it wanted to eat the 0 point shard. Then the very first mech team leader, all colorful, shoved a sword through his eye and killed it. It fell to the ground. It dissipated. It released some kind of toxin in the ground that created purple leaves. It dead. It died. But the Devourer is in the thing showing that it's still alive. So it could be an alternate reality Devourer. If you remember the very first OG, Jones was messing with time prior to the Big Bang. We are currently in the timeline that leads from the first OG alternate reality when he created the Big Bang and shattered the 0 point. One of the things he did was bring the Ice Moon section to the island, but the monster was either not in it or never released because of time travel, what he was doing with time. So with that, the Devourer was never faced off. He never got released to stomp around the island. There was never a mech team leader to face off with him. Most likely, the mech team leader we're seeing now is from the original reality, and he was never destroyed. So this could be the Devourer from the original OG that was shoved through space and time due to the Big Bang, third Big Bang. Why it's attacking the Dark Presence as a mindless creature is likely the same reason he attacked the Vault. Is after the 0 point shard, it's attracted to it. Why still wants to consume it. So in here, the K-pop Demon Hunters or the Hunter X starts playing. We hop on some OXR helicopters, and we see that they're flying our helicopter at least. From the ground, you can see the thousands of different characters on the ground. They look pretty good from up here. Kong looks way too detailed. He starts getting up. In the background, you see Homer facing off against Bugs. The queens and the bugs are about. You can see Megazord charging his. Megazord, not Megazord. Yeah, Megazord is charging his sword and doing an energy beam slash at it like he's Link. It doesn't seem to be doing much to the point where he doesn't seem to be a threat to the demon, and he keeps ignoring the Megazord for the bigger threats of Kong and Godzilla. Godzilla gets up out his face and roars at him. At this point, Miku is on top of his face. Kong is just getting back up. To our left is an OXR helicopter full of real people, the YouTubers. Nikki 30, Ninja, Clicks, Fruit, all of them are on this helicopter, kind of hanging outside it. One lady's hanging off the gun for some reason. um, shoot, I forgot his name. Is just hanging off the side with the one arm for no reason. 3 are on top. Loser Fruit's kind of sitting off the side, hanging on top. Ninja's on the side, and him, Nikki 30, and a blonde guy are the only 3 that are actually inside the helicopter. Nikki 30 fires some rockets at the demon. Apparently doesn't do anything if they even hit. You never see an explosion. And then they fly off to nowhere. As bugs fly past you, the Iron Man that rifted in flies past. You see the energy waves begin to gather up on the radioactive spikes of Godzilla, indicating he's about to fire his beam. He's charging up. And then above him, you can barely see it, but Miku is going 1, 2, 3, and she and him fire beams at the same time. This is an homage to all the times Miku and Godzilla are in games together, and there's some kind of fandom going on that they're friends or Godzilla's her pet or something. Below, Homer punches out a queen and picks up a giant donut from the Springfield map while the demon is distracted by getting shot by two beams. He actually reels from the beam blast. So that shows that did some real damage. Meanwhile, the Megazord continues to try to slash at him and doesn't seem to be even detrimental. But it looks like the demon slashes at him. At the same time, Homer throws a donut, does absolutely nothing. At this point, the demon's probably getting pissed and slashing at everybody. The demon's definitely swiping at the Megazord there as the closest thing he could fight. King Kong, I almost call him Donkey Kong for some reason, gets up on top and then starts to beating on his head. And this does seem to do some damage to him because he seems pretty pissed by this. You can see impact, reaction, and piss. Now, at this point, if you've been shooting, you've done 1,000 something damage yourself, but that doesn't seem to be too bad. You're not the biggest threat, but you are a threat. So he yeets King Kong, and then he looks up at us, which means he is seeing damage coming from us, and he's pissed. And even though he's not like falling apart or anything, he decides we're a big enough threat and swipes at our helicopter. We go down watching the other giants walk up, and we crash like a mile away, or 2 miles away or so. Be interesting to know what that storyline of that over there is. So we wake. Oh, hold on. Hello? So we wake on the ground. Two X-wings fly over. We never see the X-wings or the TIE fighters actually shoot the monster. We're just going to assume they did. Otherwise, they were just flying around doing nothing all day long. And I had to ask what the reason for having the Resistance and the Empire there was. I'm not sure the Empire was on purpose, because it was not listed. As we wake up, we see the Demon Hunters X who are flying the helicopter, piloting down, and we see the Devourer walk across the screen. He's freaking cool, by the way. Our first big guy. I love seeing the Devourer there. A portal opens up in front of us. It's not entirely clear what it is, but as soon as we walk up to it, it becomes a tentacle, indicating the monster is able to portal his tentacles away from us, which is one of his many powers. Now, the tentacle has a really cool effect. Even on the low graphics mode, shooting it caused rift and wobble like, excuse me, Jesus, I don't know, I'm burping up a storm all of a sudden. 12:29. So I haven't got her hurt from the job. Nothing. Anyway, shooting at it causes kind of ripply, wobbly, not rubbery, latex-like effect, maybe latex water balloon effect. I thought was really cool. Something I hadn't really seen in Fortnite before. And honestly, I was also watching someone Switch 2 gameplay. Looked fairly good. Looked almost as good as the other consoles. So, congrats on Switch 2 at least looking good for Fortnite. There isn't much to see here as you fight him. Devour's in the background launching blasts and looking around. I don't know how the Devourer got this far away unless he just never walked up and we passed him in the flight. Then the Kill Bill music goes off. If you don't know the music, you don't know Kill Bill. Recommend watching Kill Bill if you're old enough to. The bride in her yellow bike comes down, bikes up the tentacle and slices it, which seems to destroy the tentacle. It falls over dead, which indicates that the tentacles are a lot weaker than the central body. Took your damage and the bride's damage, and it pretty much died, and it retreats right there. So we start fighting here. I'll pause as we go on. There's some bugs. You're at a crevice. The crevice below seems to be filled with slurp juice or liquid. It looks like it might just be water. I thought it was glowing earlier. See the demon in the background, struggling. Another tentacle pops up. Apparently, you're big enough threat that he has to keep paying attention to you and starts shooting a beam at you, but misses. He's like charging forward to you, so he's trying too hard to shoot you. He does, however, knock down a rock, which would block your path. Set for Soups of 2025 flies in and catches the rock, and he is thanked by the bride as arigato. And most of the players also said thank you. I actually didn't see this part live. This part I was glitched into the ground. And some people got fixed when they were glitched in the ground. I never did. Land on some bugs. This is where it gets confusing. On the left, you can see the invincible crew, but and they seem to be thinning out the bug herd. They seem to be taking care of the bug herd. But instead of using their powers, they're using weapons. You can also see Peely over here. Um, and Spartans. They make sense that they're using bugs. Ahead of us, a Star Destroyer has drifted in. It's unclear if the Star Destroyer was drifted in by us or if the Star Destroyer was drifted in by itself, since they have the technology to come in and out of locations themselves, apparently, to drift into our dimensions. It seems to be facing down with the monster. Maybe they want the 0 point. Maybe they have no idea what's going on. That's the biggest threat. Can't see everything over there, unfortunately. You do pass up Beavis and Butthead. It looks like Butthead might have a rocket launcher and Beavis has a gun. And Beavis have a rocket launcher. Pass up some more characters. Looks like the superheroes. You pass up these superheroes from the chapter. Midas, that's freaking Midas. Midas, like OG Midas, is there shooting off a gun. So he was there. And there's Diego's sister. I'm not going to remember her name off the top of my head right now. Apparently, the damage of the Star Destroyer's cannons was doing enough to distract the monster from you for a moment, and it fires a beam directly into, and this is a beam from the 0 point shard, directly into the Star Destroyer. That causes the Star Destroyer to immediately detonate. Yep, there we go. I'm earning XP for just being here talking to you guys. And break in half. It's very cool because it hangs in the sky, somewhat broken, just like in the Star Wars Battlefronts game when you're in that one desert place. You do see right before it cuts the Devourer in front of you. Then it cuts to a cutscene of you driving up behind the bride and getting off to launch around with the jet on your back. Below you is a queen fighting with Homer. There's Homer punches the queen out, just fucking punches it. He doesn't do much to the Vein Demon, but he pulled his own weight. He isn't Godzilla. You see, Godzilla just launched itself right onto the demon, and it does a pit bull clamp, like a dog clamp, right on its neck. It tried to tear out its throat. Godzilla, you badass. Now, this apparently became the biggest threat to the monster because it reeled back, screamed, grabbed Godzilla as the Megazord landed behind them, took it by its tail by most of its big arms, and then slammed Godzilla into the ground, very pissed off, probably breaking a few ribs. Unfortunately, this is not a very good view I have in this one. You do see that King Kong comes back, grapples, tries to break its neck or jaw, maybe, grapples onto the tentacles as the mecha team leader fires missiles into his midsection. And it actually pulls its head down, but then falls off without doing too much. There's a tentacle over on the side. I'm not sure what it's doing. Homer grabs the tentacle and strangles it. Mecha team leader comes back in. Firing missiles. He grabs Kong. One hand grabs Kong. Takes some missiles from Mecha Team Leader. At this point, you can do up to about 2,000 damage again on this round, give or take. The Godzilla shoots another beam at him right into his chest face area, causing him some damage. You can see he reacts to that. He grabs Kong with his other big arm, charges up his tentacles to laser in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lasers. It would have been 6 of those for soups. Shoot Mecha Team Leader, flinging him or them away into the distance. At this point, Homer's kind of off to the side, not sure what he's doing, shadow boxing. Not much he can do. He's taking care of the tentacle. He can't get up close with this thing. He's not Godzilla or Kong. Jones notes that he's going to do something crazy, and then says 3, 2, 1, here goes crazy. He shoots his rift gun into the sky. You can see an OXR helicopter flying by as well. This causes a sideways rift to appear on the sky, which then swirls around and starts shooting out red lightning. We've seen this before. This is the same lightning that birthed the cubes, but this is red lightning, meaning that he shot a 0 point sideways rift into the in-between dimensions. This is the inside the 0 point area, which we saw during the butterfly event, where the red cube was last seen and kept. The wiry lightning does build the red cube up again. So Revan is in the game. The creature, having absolutely probably no idea what the hell that is like, oh good, another threat. I should take care of this now. And shoots a 0 point charged beam into Revan. Revan tanks it, charges up, and reflects it right back at him. This causes the creature to reel and drop Godzilla. I don't even know where Godzilla goes at that point. He drops. Off to the side, the Devourer has been downed. He's not dead, but he does not move in very much. And meanwhile, if you've been shooting at this point, as soon as the Revan hit him, the demon loses any qualifications of protection, and now you're doing double damage. You can get up like 9,000 if you keep shooting him from this point on, not counting what you shot him earlier. At this point, Homer picks up a rock and chunks it at him, doing absolutely nothing, but he looks very hopeful. He tries to block Revan's beam with his hand, but considering he's just trying to block his own powers, it doesn't seem to be working very much. He's overloading. You see all the red lightning all over him. So he uses the only thing he has in his right hand as a shield, and that would be King Kong. He looks over at King Kong. He's like, okay, you take this. And he blocks the lightning with King Kong. He's like, you know what? This isn't working. Fuck this cube. And then he throws Kong at the cube. This pushes Kevin's power back into him. I swear I just heard someone mark something on the map. Am I hearing things? Anyway, this pushes Kevin's power surge back into him and knocks him aside. This causes Kevin to go reactive. If you remember, the cubes are as mechanical as they are sentient. So when it overloads, it becomes reactive. Kevin became overreactive both in OG and in the original, and Revan's doing it now. Revan starts to corrupt the ground underneath him. Lightning shoots everywhere. Everybody's freaking out because the cube's going to explode again. Homer does that dope animation where he just grabs his head. Then, let it move around so it doesn't do anything. Then the mecha team leader, who was shot off and has some good damage on its center, lands again. Again, driven by, who knows, even Hope, who has had very little experience with, actually no experience with mecha team leader. The 7 has no idea who's driving that. I'm going to laugh. It was just ends up being all the mascots that's built out of its team leader and Rexy and the other mascots, even Pilly, even though he's not part of that. The team leader runs up. We saw part of this and then missed the rest of it. Punts the cube with its right foot. The cube crashes into and is partially embedded into the face of the demon. Homer celebrates, as does the Megazord. You can see the demon just reel from the impact. It starts to shoot out red lightning, and then the cube starts to corrupt him. If you remember when Kevin, both in OG and original, was in the island and started powering up, it corrupted the entire island. When it exploded the small island prior to its last explosion, it actually shot those out as shards that caused the zombie invasion. This case is with Revan. Revan powers up for an explosion. Poor Revan, what did he do to deserve this? And his entire corruption explodes with him, causing the complete detonation and destruction of the creature, leaving only a few tentacles behind. At this point, Homer is back to normal size. All of the large creatures are just kind of standing around and like, okay, we did it. The Star Destroyer is still crashing in the background, cut in half. And the 0 point shard is in the air, reacting to the explosion. 0 Point Shard resets, releasing a reality wave. Reality waves were first seen technically in the chapter two's season where we tried to seal the zero. We ended up having to seal the 0 Point with the rock, but technically the first time it may have ever released the reality wave was in chapter one after the cube event when it replaced the destroyed lake with new ground. But the first time we saw it was in the chapter two event. This reality wave ports everybody but the loopers and Jones home. Everybody goes home. Even the Beckett team leader gets drifted away to wherever it decided to belong. It also heals the land. All of Chapter 6 Island comes back to what it was just before we rifted away from it, meaning the wolf statue is still there, but is no longer corrupted by the demonic thorn lady or destroyed. Then, apparently, the 0 Point shard decides it's going to get away from this island because it's dangerous. And after rifting away the broken Star Destroyer, unknown if it fixed it, or just put it back in space for everybody to suffocate, it rifts to a new island, bringing Hope and us with it, along with a few other characters like Vengeance Jonesy. And again, we're not clear if Vengeance Jones is the current Jones or a 0 Point copy. Then we see a trailer. Oh, this guy's trailer froze on him. There was a lot of glitches during this. I'm gonna find someone else I watched. This is the same guy. Okay, so we have two trailers. This is what's known as the up until then Fortnite. We get a full layout of the Fortnite Omniverse storyline based around the 0 Point. This is where it is confirmed that the Big Bang did shatter the 0 Point, something we weren't fully clear of up until then. Out of here. I hate these stupid pop-up ads I put in the bottom left corner of YouTube now. Might take YouTube. You see several flashes, and apparently in a flash here, you can see some cube writing, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. I remember. Talks about the Seven's attempt to stop the last IO and the last reality, the destruction of the key of the 0 Point, protection of it across all realities, the combination of realities, the fate of the seven being unknown. Of course, we as old timers or people who like the lore know that three of the seven got absorbed by the Chrome and were changed, including the scientists. Imagined and Paradigm are dead. Imagined was killed by falling into the 0 Point, unless she's able to be put together like the Dark Voyager. And Paradigm died during the fuse of Island 4, and the Foundation is the only real unknown ending. We don't know what happened to him. Then we get a trailer for this section, and we'll go ahead and talk about this trailer too, of everything we can see. When they wake up, it is a hangover reference. So the guy's Jones is missing a tooth. It is still Jonesy the Second. So if this is the current Jones, he looks like Jonesy the Second. If not, this is just the Jonesy Second having fun. He has a hat on that says Boom, along with Chug, which is a type of slurp, showing that they've had a drunk night out on slurp-like stuff. So there could reference to Slurp and Chugs are both alcoholic as much as they are beneficial, which would indicate that when they were serving it as beer on the Stringfield Island, it was technically beer. Billy gets up. He looks worried at Jones's missing tooth. Jones' jaw apparently hurt. He keeps rubbing it. Human Bill, son of someone who used to work for the Last Reality, is asleep in the background, completely out. It's something in his hand, but I can't tell what it is. Meowscles comes out of the bathroom. He has the word wolf written on his head. In the bathroom's mirror, there was something written, like it said something about friends. There's a almost empty bottle of slurp over there. Juice, whatever, shield juice. Everybody laughs at the wolf on Meowscles' head. And he's like, what? And then he remembers. We see the drivable reboot van with all three members in it, saving Bill from the Area 87. This is not Area 67. There's already a 67 joke on the map. We see a no parking sign for UFOs. Then we see a party with Jones. It looks like they're partying after the save of Last Island and their arrival onto the new island. In the background, we see the disco version of that one guy playing music. It's a whole party on the roof. There's lots of people there, but they're pulled away. I can't see too much. I do see Cobb. I see Cobb and I see team leader. A few others, but there's just way too many. And now pulled away even further. We get moved to a workout yard where a buffed up broccoli dude is drinking something. Wow, OG Fish Sticks, whose original version is dead, by the way. Remember that, but because there are copies, I guess he could always re-exist. Attempts to pump iron and seems to be failing at it. We see one of our new skins, um, the martial artist stuntman punching a bag. We get to a Venice Beach like area. Freaking Meowscles is drinking an entire jug with a straw. Which again, if that's alcoholic, you probably don't want to do that while you're skating. Jones, Bill, and Banana Boy and Unpeely are also skating, as are that reef guy. I forgot his name. Bill falls on his ass, on his head, no mistake. There's some other characters in the background, currently discern them. Michael B. Jordan looking guy. Might something cross. And the new lady in the suit, Karina, maybe? Can't remember. Are doing a scene where she looks like she's fainted. A light gets knocked over. You see Meowscles looks very worried. The Jones is already running. Um, behind the camera is somebody I don't recognize, at least off the top of my head. In the director's chair is our new lion dude. He's like, "Hey man, what you doing, man? Hey man, you gonna come over here and destroy things? Just bring me some." We see Battlewood instead of Hollywood, indicating an alternate version of Hollywood, Battle Island. We see Jonesy using one of the new wing gliders to fail at gliding, likely how he lost his tooth as he seems to have landed on his face, while the other three are some kind of pool party. In the background, you see some skins. Meowscles, Banana Man, and Human Pill do the hear nothing, see nothing, say nothing trope. There's a sailboat area here, a CDLA night scene. Sans all the needles you usually see there. Then a pool party, which looks to be inside the more um, Las Vegas reference area. And Sleepy Meowscles about to get shaved. Meowscles looks pissed and comes out like he's going to beat you. But all three of the other members are at the wall. They seem to be in the Las Vegas area again. And I look up to see the cube cradle with the Cube Queen's golden cube on it. Bill knows, well, they all know exactly who that is. They all had to live through the last invasion. Then it shoots the battle bus. RIP the OG bus driver. And it does the 6-7. And that was it. What are we on now? We are on to 1 o'clock. Here. Back in my video. Am I no longer, have I back done all that without? How long ago was that? Oh, no, it says I'm on. What in the world? Did it quit it? Am I no longer live? What's going on here? Wait, am I live? Wait, am I live? Oh, I am live. Why is it not showing that as live? It says I'm not live, but I am live. That's so weird. Super weird. Oh, well, now I have to watch that. That's okay, because we don't have enough time to do a map thing, I don't think, not with 2 hours trying to go pick up him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and see if we can't show you the glitches. I do miss the lobbies of creative. I wish they bring back the creative lobbies. I like to hang out in those a lot. Where people just make like the lobbies. I wonder if I could that up. Huh. Try something real quick while we're waiting. Yeah, we got a Bonesy. Bonesy's got his thingy. Oh my god, what are those? What are those? You bundle. Oh, I have Bright Bomber. I guess I don't. I don't let's try them on. He, he. Only $800. $800. 800 V-Bucks. Anyway, what's I doing? We're gonna go to Zero Build here. We're gonna see if they fix this. So again, two of the main glitches right now, other than the fact that when I'm trying to get things settled up in the locker, sometimes it's very slow. Of course, I don't know if that's been since the update this morning. Was again, I have my character load out on randomize, but it's not randomizing. It's not setting it to the correct emote. It's setting it to the emote I have the character on. So since the character's on random, it gives the random series emote. But another one, let's see if they fix it. This will be our last thing today. If they did fix it, then the next time you see me, we'll be doing a map review. You two are freaking cute. She and Mama Cat, who are sister and brother, are just sleeping with their heads next to each other, all squished up. See, I'm currently my skin, but I have the OG reference. Ah, we got a wave. What the heck? The bus was fixed. Guess the bus isn't fixed. Well, more than likely because that, we're definitely not going to be able to do the map. We'll try 2 matches then and see if that does any different. Oh, fuck, I know where I'm going. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, we got some airtime on that. You launch from where you are on the wave, so if you get the airtime right there, you can launch a little higher. While they continue to do this super wave thing. We're going to do 2 missions to see if we get the battle bus at all. We're aiming for the ride. Oh, that's Mizuki. Okay. I don't really need to fight y'all. I thought that was like an actual person. So it's a good blade, but it's fairly balanced. I wish I had a Sephiroth skin with the katana out. One day they might visit Square Enix stuff outside of Tomb Raider. One day. So this is the area Humble Hills. You'll see her over here and see what she says, honestly. She's talking about her Aliens movie. Yeah. Most of these characters are doing movies and so obsessed with their own thing. Only Jones and Hope have any kind of lore references. I can't purchase her by any chance, can I? He didn't give me like a shield or something? Let's go be reckless. We're not here to win, we're here to fight and have fun and be reckless. I heard it. I don't know where they went. Oh, you can cancel that without breaking it by opening the door. That's weird. A bear. So the gnomes are back, and that's the first bear I've seen. Remember, chapter 1, and I want to say Sparks chapter 2, the bears and the gnomes were like enemies. Rift anomalies. This guy's going to look weird. So this island has rift anomalies, which indicates that there's some variable rift issue with reality in this area. There's a big shot, man. That big shot band is not something you should be messing with. It's a little wonky. Hot dog band. The truck part, maybe where he was trying to go. I don't think that, I guess. I'll pull up. Ow. Shall we go over here and see what it is? Do you think it's just money? Do you think it's bullets? It rift in these things and then just full of money. Oh, someone got it. Well, smoke is still going off, right? Or that just... Yeah, this is smoke. So as long as the smoke's going off, no one's got it. That was a lame jump. We're in a loop technologies. Fairly close to the balloon now. Awesome, got it. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, I don't know what came out of that. Or no. Also not sure if the thing shows me and people are watching me. I feel like somebody's watching me. This is the new self-relive, but honestly, in first person, there's not first person. Jesus, in single player, it's not really a reason to use it. It's better for use when you have friends with you. What are friends? It's like the Rift errors are out. It's interesting as a Rift error, and it sends care packages indicating it's not on purpose. It's positive loop things. So that indicates something else we need to talk about as far as lore goes. What is with the loops? What is with the loops abilities? Sylvan here. Ooh, let's try this. I haven't actually written this yet. Where are we, actually? Oh, if we keep going this way, where does it send us? Apparently, it'll turn itself off if it ends up inside the storm. So this brings us outside the storm. Ooh, very interesting. Looks like someone already hit this area. What does this bring us? I have no idea where I am. I'm above ground. Brick. Or an area 56. Area 67. 6767. Sorry. Okay, I finally see what those are. Okay, let's just ignore them for now. I remember we used to be able to roll to, like, why did they take certain abilities away? Why can I no longer wall jump? Why can I no longer roll? What's the point of taking those away? They were just, beneficial. Fuck. That's what you get. You have any issues down there? No one has asked you. Also, if you allow that weird clear wave to come through, the one where the alarm went off, and you're in it, you can absorb it as shield. But actually looks cool from up here, honestly. There are a lot of deadly cliffs in this match. If someone was to come up behind me and just slide into me, I'd be dead. I can hear it. Can you hear it? It's near the island. Interesting to note, you can shoot through that tower. Two Cradle has a cool noise. I posted a short of it or a video of it on my thing. Oh my god, what the hell? Hello, whoever just said hello. Sorry, I was trying to shoot Marcy. Welcome to the stream. But you see, there's 7 things all over it, like 7 references. That looks like a silo, too. What do y'all think this belongs to? Do you think this is a last reality? Do you think it's the 7? Do you think it's just a new government? Why do you think Hope's down here? Hello and welcome. See people pop in and pop out. Appreciate the view. Oh, we have action over here. I don't know what the heck's going on over there, but we're going to see. Woo! Oh, fuck. That was the wrong weapon. But I had my sword out. Let's switch over to my shotgun. Okay. So, what time is it? 1:10. We don't really have time. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this. Career. Oh, career. L3 replays. That one. How's a cute skin, too? That's not a good sign. Why is it so distant? So. Okay, that's a better sign. So let's see here. Free. Fly away. It doesn't. Ah, cool. Shoot, we have such a little time. So what we'll do here is just look over the island real quick. This small launch island. The next time we come in, oh, we still have issues. I can't move forward. Well, interesting. Like this. The island, let's see what happens. Anybody do this? Just like fast forward matches. Oh my god, a super slow mo song sound industrial and creepy no matter what it is. I'm sorry, I'm just listening to the song industrial version. It's freaking cool. And I think I ran because I thought it was a real person attacking me. I wonder, can you replay music things and slow down to point one just to hear music really slow? I was trying to kill this can. Okay, anyway. Um why am I not at the main island? Let's get over main island and see what happens. So the good news is nope, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. Oh, here's something. Nope, he's busting out. Okay, we're gonna go to the main island and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Nope, I still can't get below a certain level. So this is what it was doing. This is the glitch. In don't drone free mode, this is as low as I can go. Meaning I can't go underground. I can't even go into most buildings. My places I could go under are these cliff sides. And even then, once I'm in a certain amount, I can't see much seem to go into those like areas like further down. There's this buffer zone between me and the ground. I should be able to just glide along the ground. Some weird buffer zone. Here you go. I can't go lower than this now. So as you can see, there is a major issue with replay. It makes it completely unusable if you use drone free. Ooh, that's interesting that that does that. Or, but unusable. So can't really do any map things right now. Guess I could go around and just look at the cities, but that's not as good as getting to go inside the buildings and look around, honestly. So I guess we can wait until I'll wait a few weeks to see if Fortnite cares enough to fix its glitches, and then if a week or so goes by and they haven't fixed anything, maybe just give up on the back and do what we can with just a regular overview. Like I can go in here and be like, "Hey, look these buildings, and look, I can see this, but I can't see inside the building. So any secrets are lost." Ooh, does this have no chest in this? No chest in this. Sorry, I'm looking for music. Want me to catch the music in here and slow it down. Anyway, that's gonna be it for right now. With the inability to do a map change, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I don't have enough time anyway for it. That was it. That was a talk through in the lore of chapter 6 going into 7. Um, Hope y'all enjoyed it. Um, I'll try and make the next end of chapter stream to be a little more integral and longer than it was last time. I was just we need to go somewhere. We're going out to go have fun. Um, but again, if I do end up getting a job, we will have to restructure these streams around the job. So I may not be doing another event after this last event that messed up on me. And and uh, we'll just do like premieres and closings around the events when I have time, usually during a weekday. Why can't I go down here? Excuse me? There's a coral buddy somewhere in here. Anyway, peace and out, guys. Have a good evening.